Conservatives like to call liberals snowflakes, but they're outraged about everything. I mean, come on, guys, grow up, put on a damn mask, and keep us all healthy. Check this out, leave your comments, ding the bell, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. The Supreme Court this morning said to Louisiana, back in 2016, we told Texas that you couldn't shut down abortion clinics because their doctors didn't have admitting privileges from local hospitals, something that, by the way, other surgical practices don't typically have to have, including surgical practices that have much higher risk levels, like things like, dentists. So today they said, no, sorry, and John Roberts was the swing vote, which has got conservatives pulling their hair out. And, of course, predictably, Brett Kavanaugh, Biff, voted to end abortion in Louisiana. Susan Collins is right now thinking about writing a stern note to him. So we got that story, but there was a much bigger story that got no coverage at all. Supreme Court story from this morning, and that is that the Supreme Court said that Elizabeth Warren's brainchild, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, that their structure, because the president can't directly fire the chief executive of this agency, that structure is unconstitutional. Now, they didn't end the agency, but, the law does have to be changed, or something has to be changed with regard to this. I haven't read the decision yet. But this is the agency that has recovered from banksters in America $12 billion that was fraudulently taken from people like you and me by our banks and returned the money to us, which is why Republicans hate it. So the Supreme Court, maybe they're getting a little bit liberal on social issues, in quotes. We'll give you a little tiny victory on DACA. We'll tell you how to blow it up, but here you go. We'll protect trans rights. But when it comes to money, when it comes to the billionaires who pay for the Federalist Society, who help create the Federalist Society, who pay, who provide venues and platforms and nice side gigs for conservative judges and lawyers and lobbyists and screw the idea of bipartisanship or anything else. There's one other thing I want to point out, and I think that this is worth discussing, and that's the phony outrage of conservatives. And the question I'm asking in this context is, what do you think is going to be next? I mean, right now, they're all about masks, right? Oh, my God, they're making us wear masks. It's an infringement on my civil rights. Go over to rawstory.com or basically any progressive website, and you'll find video after video after video of these so-called Karens and Chads. I think they should be called, Ivankas and Donalds, frankly. Entitled white people, selfish, entitled white people, yelling at others about how taking my mask away is a violation of my rights. Well, I remember back in the 1960s, it was the same thing around seatbelts. When Ralph Nader published Unsafe at Any Speed in 65, a friend of mine died because his car ran into the ditch. It was a low-speed accident, but the steering wheel went right through his chest. That was like in 1962. And, Ralph Nader came along and we came along and said, hey, how about seatbelts? And, oh, my God, you can't do that. Motorcycle helmets, oh, my God, it's tyranny. Incandescent light bulbs, it's the end of a way of life. The American dream is gone. Happy holidays, oh, you must hate Jesus. It's the war on Christmas. How about getting rid of plastic straws? Oh, the Trump campaign is selling Trump logo straws, plastic straws, because it's tyranny, don't you know? Plastic bags in grocery stores. I mean, it seems like every generation and then lately every year, conservatives have a new phony thing to get outraged about. And in every single case, this is on one side public health or the environment, in the case of plastic straws and plastic bags. On the one hand, public health or the environment. On the other hand, more profits for billionaires, for industry. And the conservative outrage is always helping the billionaires. The bottle bill. I lived in Michigan when Michigan was the first state, this was in the 70s, to put a deposit on beer cans and pop bottles. And you would think the world was ending. I mean, there were just pitched battles around this that were, of course, being funded in part by, companies like presumably Coca-Cola, certainly the companies that were the bottlers, the companies that were selling and making the bottles. Oh, you're going to make us handle deposit money? You're going to add to our workload? Oh, that's tyranny. So now it's masks. And one of the things we know about masks is that they actually work.